Today I have a guest who's young, enthusiastic, and my god, her smile makes me very happy. She has started with a new startup idea. Well, it's recycling baby products, diapers, and very important for the women also. How you started, like?
Both of us actually heard of the fact that single-use plastic products, sanitary products like pads and
I was just going through your profile when I saw Rakul. How you met and how your journey get connected and she become a co-founder. We can call you a co-founder. She's
Yes.
not available, but we can say Rakul Preet Singh. It's your company. Shreya and
Absolutely.
Rakul Preet co-founder. So
and Janvi is my
Yeah,
other
Janvi.
co-founder.
Yeah.
She is actually an extremely disciplined person.
and how you got your fund?
So we put in savings from our own jobs.
So it's been 2 years journey now. Your
2 years
company?
since we started our initial brand, which was for reusable diapers.
As you
Absolutely.
compare to the normal pad.
So if you take a plastic pad, there's a lot of issues with that pad because number one,
Economical and reasonable if we talk about to the
So-
mid class and we go to the rural areas.
so we have discounts on bundle packs, so that will definitely save people more money. And since you
So how like they can get these pads available? You have a company or
we
like
have a website called
Okay.
newkind.in.
okay? How the response and
We are
collaborations?
actually launching our product now. We haven't launched it yet, so the launch is in fact this month.
Okay. So you have a factory or something where you manufacture
we get
it?
it contract manufactured in Coimbatore and Tirupur.
So many people fell down during this process of
Absolutely.
working.
I strongly believe it's very, very important to have a good founding team.
What name you gave to your product is?
New Kind.
Welcome to my show Trendsetters. Well, today I have a guest who's young, enthusiastic, and my god, her smile makes me very happy. She has started with a new startup idea. Well, it's recycling baby products, diapers, and very important for the women also. So, well, let's find out recycled pads. Actually, it's not high to talk about it, but this is a high time to have more awareness. And this young girl have come up with tremendous nice idea, which actually fascinated me and makes me to understand what exactly she's doing. And I really wanted to have her interview. So let's find out more about it, how she started the journey and what makes her going on a long way. So please welcome, I welcome you, Shreya. Thank you so much. And it's really great to see girls like you who's doing a lot for the society, creating something different, making a difference mark, being into this world. We are all in this world. So Shreya, I just wanted to know your journey when you were studying, what's going in your mind, and people at this age actually look for, relaxed job and, just enjoy their life. How you started, like, what's your background?
First of all, thank you so much for the introduction, Neha. So I actually come from a science background, and my co-founder comes from a business background. So
Okay.
when both of us actually heard of the fact that single-use plastic products, sanitary products like pads and single-use diapers actually end up in our landfills for about 500 to 800 years, and they don't decompose for that long, and each baby ends up using about 5,000 diapers, and each woman ends up using about 5,000 single-use pads. So that's tons of waste that's going into our landfill every year and sitting there. And the problem is that when this waste goes into the landfill, it ends up choking the entire landfill because it's plastic and it's not breathable material. So it actually chokes even biodegradable materials like banana peels, apples, and other materials that would have composted, but it blocks the oxygen, and even those don't biodegrade properly, and they go through anaerobic biodegradation, which releases methane gas, which is a greenhouse gas leading to global warming.
That's why I think you're from a science background and a lot of technically you can talk and relate to it. So I think while studying, you got these ideas, oh my God, what's happening to this world, this environment, as a being a part of it, what we are doing to this earth, that makes you to think about it and to start something on this?
Definitely. So after finishing my education and after I started
What's your
working,
education? What did you complete?
I have a bachelor's in science.
Okay.
And after that, I went into consulting.
Okay.
So during my consulting job is when I started leading a more sustainable lifestyle. And I started realizing, oh, we shouldn't use plastic bags. We shouldn't use plastic
Great.
straws. But then I realized that one plastic pad is equivalent to 4 plastic bags.
Oh.
So every time you're using a pad, that's actually equivalent to 4 plastic bags that we throw in the dustbin after one single use. So that's why we felt like we could come up with a better solution, and that's how our company New Kind was born.
But how it started? Like you did a job before? You were doing job?
Yes.
For how many years you did the job?
For about 2 to 3 years, I was at a consulting job where, of course, I learned a lot of skills, acquired a lot of skills that are needed in the real world. It kind of teaches you discipline. It teaches you a lot. And then after that, we started on the e-commerce journey, learned everything on the go.
But you were, I think, 24, 25 when you wanted to start your own journey, your own baby. You wanted to give a birth. How it was like, when you're in a job, then coming into the profession or, something you have to, it's a big responsibility. So what you were thinking that time, what kind of a support you're looking forward, and there must be so many things going in your mind, your family support, the funds, everything. How?
Absolutely.
What kind of struggle it was?
So I think I come from a privileged enough background where I was actually able to take a risk. A lot of people don't have these opportunities. So I had a cushioning where I felt like it was okay for me to take a risk and see if I'll actually be able to make the company work and if I'm cut out for the entrepreneurial life. So definitely that was an added advantage. But yes, you do have to really put in a lot of work, a lot of effort into actually starting a company because you have to learn everything from scratch.
You have to do everything.
Building your own website, figuring out marketing, figuring out accounting, figuring out inventory management, everything is an issue. So you have to learn everything from the ground up. It took us about, a year and a half, 2 years to even figure everything out and understand how to start.
And how you got your funds?
So we actually, initially we were bootstrapped. So we put in savings from our own jobs. So wherever I worked and wherever my co-founder worked, whatever money we had saved from our own corporate jobs, we put in, and that's how we started the company.
Your own money, no loans.
After that, then we actually went and approached angel investors, and we were blessed enough to reach out to angel investors who believed in our vision as well, and they invested in the company.
So how much was your investment that time individually?
We put in equivalent to about 10 to 15 lakhs initially.
Your individual?
Me and my co-founder together.
So 7 lakhs something or
something
7
around that. And then after that, we went and got an additional investment.
So it's been 2 years journey now?
2 years since we started. Our initial brand, which was for reusable diapers, is called Nubu. And now we're launching New Kind, which is reusable period wear products for women.
Can you elaborate on that? How it's
Yes,
working?
I'd be
How
happy
you're creating awareness? What are the useful? How you get it? What as you compare to the normal pad?
Absolutely. So if you take a plastic pad, there's a lot of issues with that pad because number one, it has a lot of chemicals inside it that are not safe for women. It can cause rashes, irritation, long-term issues.
Yes.
Other than that, of course, it's made of single-use plastic, so it's very, very bad for the environment. And it's also uncomfortable, crinkly, and you don't really enjoy the feeling of a plastic pad. So that's why we created a new product called a reusable period underwear. So this underwear, you wear it basically just like any other underwear, but it has built-in absorbency, and the entire product is made only using the technology of cloth.
Okay.
So we leverage different fabrics to create a very, very effective product where the top layer is moisture wicking. So it completely keeps you dry even for 10 to 12 hours. So as soon as you bleed into it, immediately the blood is absorbed. Then the middle layers are absorbent layers that can hold 3 times that of a regular pad. So up to 30 to 35 ml. One regular pad, plastic pad, holds 10 ml. So our product holds about 30 to 35 ml.
So it can be reusable?
Yes, and the bottom layer is a waterproof layer. So the entire product can be washed and reused again and again for 2 to 3 years.
Oh,
so you only need about 4 underwear, and that'll last you for 2 to 3 years.
And it's a normal wash?
It's a normal wash. You just quickly rinse it under the tap to get rid of all of the blood. We even have our own special washing liquid that you can buy on our website. You just wash it under the tap and then you can put it for drying and reuse
economical and reasonable if we talk about the middle class and we go to the rural areas.
So we have discounts on bundle packs. So
Hmm.
that will definitely save people more money. And since you can use it for 3 years, the cost per use for the product is lower than that of a disposable pad. And most importantly, we even have an economical version that we've developed that can be used for distribution amongst lower socioeconomic background women. Because right now, the government actually has a lot of schemes where they do distribute period products to women.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, number one, they're distributing plastic products, so nobody knows how to dispose of them, especially women from lower background.
Yeah.
They might bury it, they might throw it on rivers, contaminating waters. And the second problem is, the government might have funds to distribute for 2 months or 3 months. After that, the women are again left to fend for
Yes.
themselves, and they don't have the money always to go out and actually continue buying period products. So instead, we're trying to encourage organizations and governments to adopt this product instead, because once you give it to a woman, for 3 years she's sorted.
Wow.
And you don't have to worry, and she can wear it like a regular underwear also. And a lot of times they don't even have sanitary underwear to put the pad on, which again becomes an issue. So it solves a lot of problems. In fact, a couple of years ago, a lot of our waste pickers, as you know, are women, right? So our waste isn't segregated at our homes. It's segregated in the landfill. And our waste picker's job is to go and segregate different waste, see what are single-use plastics that can be recycled, to separate glass out. So when they are sitting in the landfill separating products out, they're also coming across our used pads that are sitting in the landfill. So it's so unhygienic for them because they have to hand pick these pads out and segregate them. So they become a breeding ground for diseases, and these women are exposed to all of these diseases. So that's a huge issue. And there's so many organizations trying to tell period companies to give better disposing systems for these women so that they don't have to encounter this waste. So this is also another huge
So
issue.
how they can get these pads available? You have a company or like?
We have a website called
Okay.
newkind.in.
Okay.
So these reusable period underwear can be bought on our website.
Like all
newkind.in.
other platforms also, only on through
We are
website?
going to be on Amazon
Okay,
soon.
wait.
We're not yet on
Awareness,
Amazon.
okay.
Yes, but right now www.newkind.in is our website.
So how it's going? How the response and
We are
collaborations?
actually launching our product now. We haven't launched it yet. So the launch is in fact this month.
Okay.
So the feedback we've gotten so far has been amazing because we've been doing a lot of aggressive testing with a wide range of women, wide range of blood flows, heavy bleeders, light bleeders, people who actually have to change their pad 4 to 5 times. So it's been working really well for them, and of course it's very, very comfortable.
Yeah.
So that because you don't even feel it, it's like you're wearing a regular
So you
underwear.
have a factory or something where you manufacture
We get
it?
it contract manufactured in Coimbatore and Tirupur
Okay.
under our brand name.
Okay.
And it's completely our design, completely what we've designed. The fabrics, everything is tested and picked by us, and that's the product.
Wow. Great. So that was a great idea, I think. I mean, people must be, it's a daily need. I mean, for a woman, it's a great
correct.
change, I must say.
Absolutely.
So how you, I was just going through your profile, then I saw Rakul. How you met and how your journey get connected and she become a co-founder. We can call you a co-founder. She's
Yes.
not available. But we can say Rakul Preet Singh, it's your company. Shreya and
Absolutely.
Rakul Preet co-founder. So
And Janvi is my
yeah,
other
Janvi.
co-founder.
Yeah. So I just want to know, because now she's a popular actress and people connect with her, you know. She's
Right.
been doing a lot of things, businesses, you know, in restaurant also. And now this startup, which is actually not a startup, I must say, a very important initiative.
Right.
So how you met her and she supported you? Can you share some of the journey about it?
So her team actually came across our deck, which had all of the information about our product, which had when we were trying to raise funds, and that's how we got in touch with her and connected with her. And of course,
You
we
were
pitched
connected or they connected you?
both ways.
Achha, both ways.
Yeah,
Okay.
and of course we pitched, told her about the product. Since she is a very sustainable person herself and also into fitness and health,
Yes.
she does a lot of initiatives regarding health, nutrition.
Yes.
So this kind of fit right into her alley, and she felt like this was a space where she could actually make a difference. And she is very passionate about trying to do her bit to eliminate plastics, to actually make a positive, greener environment.
Yes.
So this fit right into that category, and she was happy to come on board. And you'll hopefully be seeing a lot of content with her and Newkind soon.
So how was like your what I say, moments with Rakul because you are like, into a business family and, into a different journey. Then you meet a star, obviously. So how the work coordination goes through.
She is
When you met
actually
your first time, I mean, I must say the founders.
she is actually an extremely disciplined person.
Mm.
She responds before anybody from her team responds.
Okay,
So
yeah.
she is very, very, very quick and very on it.
Hmm.
So it was definitely inspiring to meet her, and she doesn't have any flout about her. She's very casual. She's very approachable, very warm. So it was definitely an easy.
Is there an inquiry first time when you met? You have something on her mind to ask questions, or she has some inquiries. So do you exchange
Definitely,
some of the questions?
there
Yeah,
was a lot of
going in
back
your
and
mind.
forth. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of back and forth regarding what is the vision for the company, what kind of products are we planning on launching, how exactly are we planning on executing this. So definitely we had a lot of conversations regarding all of this before she was convinced that this was the right company.
So because she's a brand ambassador for this, she'll be promoting it, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So how's your promotional plans about this?
So we actually have shot a lot of content which talks about the product and teaches people about the product, because essentially it's a new period product category, right?
Yeah.
Because we've seen tampons, we've seen pads, we've seen the menstrual cup recently. This is a new category altogether, which is a reusable underwear. So we're trying to create a lot of awareness about the product first through our campaigns, and Rakul will really help us achieve that, because there's a lot of eyes on her, there's a lot of attention around her.
More,
the reach will be much more when she is talking about a product like this. So first we want everybody to hear about it, and because we strongly believe that if you try it once, you can't go back.
Yes.
So ever since our first version, once we wore it, since the trials itself, this is the only product we can use now. We can't use anything else because of how comfortable and how easy to use it is, because you just slip it on like a regular underwear.
That's true. So now, as you started with 15 lakh, then you got funds. Now, if you have to evaluate your company, how much it's been 2 years of hard work? There will be a lot of hard work. It's an inspiration, right?
Definitely.
So from 15 lakh to where you have reached, you can say this is we have worked.
This is a question for our investors. Maybe we should ask them what they think the valuation
No, but
is.
that's, you have worked hard 2 years.
We
of
know
life,
in our
yeah.
next round what the company is being valued at.
So where you want to see your company? What your mind and dream that I want to make this worth of company?
See, at the end of the day, our aim is to make Newkind a household brand name.
Okay.
We want every woman to be using this product as the primary period wear product.
Good.
Because it's going to be good for them, it's going to be good for their skin, and it's going to be great for the planet as well. So our aim is just that, to get every woman in India trying to use this product, because we know once they try it, that's what they will be using. So yeah, hopefully that's the plan, to make it a household brand.
But Shreya, when it comes to startup, it's a long investment, long patience you need to have. It's not like, okay, 1 year you tried and left. I just want to know your peak point where you get down and you said, no, I'm gonna do this, because so many people fell down during this process of,
Absolutely.
working. How it was like not much years, it's only 2 years, but in 2 years you felt like, okay, now I'm gonna leave. No, I'm gonna go. There was a up and down.
So I strongly believe it's very, very important to have a good founding team, because if you're in it alone, it definitely can be very, very difficult. But since I work with my best friend, we've been friends since school actually.
Oh.
And we went our own separate ways during college. And then again, we decided to, ever since school, we were always talking about, building something together, doing something together. So when we finally got back to working together after working separately in corporate jobs, it's almost exciting, because it's like you're going to meet your friend or you're going to your friend's house every day to do work. So it doesn't feel like work. And especially during the lows, when your company isn't doing as well as you want, your revenues aren't where they want it to be, it's very important to have that other person who's down in the hole with you. So that's very, very important. So that's why having a core founding team and having that support system is extremely important. So that's what keeps us going.
How you take this pressure? Because, nowadays we are seeing young people with the small pressure, they just go down. But in this age, you're not that too old. I mean, you're so young. When you started, you must be 24. You were going through some pressures, and now 2 years. So how you take that pressure? Because the pressure will grow.
Definitely, the pressure grows more than pressure. It's the feeling of being responsible for somebody else's money who is believed in you and invested in you.
That's
so you
more
want to
pressure,
do,
right?
you want to do the best by them.
Yeah.
So it definitely is motivating as well. But yes, it can be intimidating at times. But you have to take it in the best stride, and you have to keep an upbeat atmosphere. You have to keep an upbeat attitude to keep going.
So, what the future projects or future plans to like? You're planning this projects or maybe other products you wanted to work on.
So right now our plan is to first scale New Kind to as much as we possibly can, get the period underwear into every household, get everybody to try it. In fact, we have two types already of the period underwear itself. One is a shorty style, which comes with shorts, so you can wear them as loungewear or you can wear them to sleep, and the other is a regular underwear. So both absorb equivalent the same amount. So this is the first our plan. Now we're slowly going to introduce newer models of period underwear itself, different colors, different
But that
styles.
will be your focus.
That's our focus right now. And of course, even our wash care liquid, which is again a very clean liquid that can be used to wash your period underwear and other inner.
But it's always
wear.
where people wanted. The first question is cost effective.
It
As
is
you
very-
gave very good,
yes.
like what we are spending right now.
Right.
3 years, it's gonna be equal. But
Correct.
people always curious to know about the cost.
So
that makes
upfront cost for one period underwear will be between 800 to 1,000 depending on the style. And if you buy it in packs of 3, packs of 4, it will be even cheaper because we give discounts on bundles. And that's essentially what you need for the entirety of 2 to 3 years. Right now, even if you buy a pack of regular underwear, it costs you about 1,500, 1,600. So this is not that much of a markup.
Yes.
And the really interesting part is, this is a little more detailed. So usually when we are getting our period, right, even though we know around when we're getting it, we don't know the exact time, we don't know the exact day. We know it'll be around the 5th or around the 6th, but we don't know exactly when. So we're always having to carry a pad with us or already use the pad from before and waiting for our period. So that's a very uncomfortable feeling. So with the period underwear, you can wear it like a regular underwear from 2 to 3 days before your expected period date. So that way it's no different to you because you're wearing like a regular underwear, but if you get your period, you're protected because the absorbency is built in. So that's a huge advantage. That
it's good
people
we are
should know
talking
about.
more about it in now the society,
Absolutely.
talk very openly about these problems and everything. When did you go to the rural part, to convince the women's, have you thought about that, how you gonna take the initiative? Because that's the toughest part, to connect to their level. Because they
rural
always talk
women?
about the cost level, rural areas, villages, this six.
So
where the exactly hygiene to be maintained,
So we do have an economical version as well, where which is basically a more cost-effective, more cost-friendly version of our period underwear, where we don't use just as premium fabrics, but the effectiveness is the same. So this is the product we usually ask rural women to buy or ask corporates or governments to buy so that they can distribute these products to rural women. So it's a much more cost-friendly option for them, and a lot of times it's distributed to them for free as well. But definitely you are right that in terms of hygiene, in terms of usability, all of this needs to be spoken to them.
Yes.
And it's very important to actually educate them about all of these
Yes,
factors along with giving a product. So a lot of times what we've seen happen is a lot of companies go around distributing menstrual cups to rural women because menstrual cup is of course a very good product because it can be used for 10 years. So it's a very eco-friendly, very easy to use product. But there's a lot of stigma associated with the menstrual cup because you have to essentially insert it. And forget about in rural areas, even in urban areas, there is a lot of stigma around using the menstrual cup. So it might not be the right option for them. So it's very important to actually understand the mindset, understand what they're comfortable using, understand, if this is a product that they will adopt before distributing it. Because otherwise it's just going to be lying there in their house and nobody will use it.
Yeah, true.
So that's why the underwear is something we think that is easy to adopt across all women, across all ages also, even for teenagers.
Yeah.
Such an easy to use product, right? There's no learning curve. You just wear it
Yeah.
like a regular underwear.
Yes. So when it comes to startup, you were talking that you had a great family support. I just wanted to know for the all youngsters, who have a responsibility, what things or tips they should keep in mind while starting a startup, or what war they should be ready for it. What advice you would like to give them?
So perseverance, because it's not an overnight journey. It's not even a 6-month journey. It's probably a 3 to 5 year journey. So you should get into it only if you are willing to really persevere through the hard times, through the lows, and actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's the only time you should actually get into it. And if you think that you have enough support and enough to fall back on, or enough savings to fall back on, to get you through those initial years when you are not earning. Because there's the truth of the fact is that in the beginning you might not be drawing a salary, you might not be making enough profit, so you need to have a little bit to fall back on in order to get to the point where you are making good money. So I think it's very important to understand the fine line between all of this, and of course hard work. You have to it's not like a job where you go from 9 to 6 and you can cut off, right? Because even when you're coming back, you're thinking about this. When you're sleeping, you're thinking about this. When you wake up, you're thinking about this, because at the end of the day, it is your baby. So you have to be willing to actually be that into the company and that involved in the company in every aspect. And in the beginning, there's no job role defined for you. In a startup, nobody has a job role. Everybody's doing everything. So you have to be willing to do everything, from packing orders to sending out orders to going to the printer, sitting there for 5 hours, getting it done how you want. You have to be willing to do everything.
So there
That's
is a
very
segment one need to follow if he want to start the setup from monetary wise, mentally wise, everything. Like, is it a homework? Some homework needs to be done.
I think it's definitely helpful to study a lot of other companies that have done the same thing before, because you can learn a lot from their mistakes. So that's definitely something that we do very often. We read a lot of case studies of different companies, what they followed, what their marketing strategy was, what went well, what didn't go well. So that can really help you. But we learned everything on the job. We made mistakes on the job, and we're still learning. We're still, like, every day you make a mistake, you correct it, and you fix it, and then you move ahead. So a lot of the learning comes while you're actually working.
So what exactly, and now if I talk you about this, startup, do you find any difference between a startup and a business? It's the same thing? The names have been different, like a business. I'm starting a business. I'm starting a startup. What difference you find? It's only a term, and
I think the main difference from a technical standpoint would be that a business is at a point where it's already established, where it's already organized, there's a structure to it, it's already doing well. A startup is getting there.
yeah.
That's the only way I can look at it, because at the end of the day, this is also a business. You're well on your way to get to that point. It's just you're taking a little more time to
So what
get
are
to
the
that point.
collaborations are you looking forward to go in a bigger way?
We're happy to do more interviews like this. We're willing to, learn from anybody, talk to anybody who's willing to listen to our story. So every day, anybody who's willing to listen to us about our product, we're happy to do that. So yeah, definitely a lot of influencer marketing, reaching out to PR agencies like yourself, those kind of marketing.
So
first.
that kind of marketing will be there, your future
Because
plan.
right now, the most important thing for us is for people to hear about the product and for people to know that this is the new period product that's available that you can try. And you know how it's better than the regular sanitary care products in the market right now. So that's our main goal right now.
So what kind of Reiki you did personally? Like before starting, you must be doing some kind of research, as you said.
Definitely.
That you need to done. What was your personal research while?
There's a lot of scientific articles out there already. A lot of peer-reviewed
Personally,
articles.
you have done.
Of course, first of all, personal use of the product. So I've used a menstrual cup, I've used a tampon, I've used a regular sanitary pad. I have used all of these products, so I know it's. So we tried our best to pick out all the advantages and put them in our new product. And the interesting thing is, 9 out of 10 top period wear companies today in India are founded by men and led by men. So maybe that's why there's not been a lot of improvement and a lot of attraction towards newer ideas and newer menstrual wear products, because we've been sitting with the sanitary pad for a while now and there's not been much improvement there. So we really believe that as users of the product, we will be able to make a product for other women that's really good and effective, because we use it ourselves. So that was very important.
What name you gave to your product is?
New Kind.
New
so
Kind.
It's a new kind of product for a new kind of woman.
So while putting the name, or just finding out what name should be there, what was going? How many names you decided before deciding this New Kind?
It actually happened very organically. My co-founder Janvi and I are constantly brainstorming different names, different ideas. So since our other brand name is called New Boo,
Okay.
which is the reusable diapers. We felt like New Kind, similarly starting with new, and because it's kinder to the planet, kinder to the woman, and because it's a new kind of product, it just fit in really well.
I must say it's a